Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. And at the bottom there's how you spell his name in case you want to look him up or find his decks or any of his artwork. I don't know if he has other stuff, to be fair. Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards are the oracles cards we're going to use today. Illustrated by Tori Hartman and... is it illustrated? No. Illustrated by Gretchen. Created by Tori Hartman. And Gretchen, there's Gretchen's last name. So if you want to find those artists, there you go. All right, we're already shuffled. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see where this is going. This is Aries. The bottom card. I feel like this is like, there's one bottom card we want to use. That's very peculiar to me. Let's find out what that's about. Okay, so going into a situation, there's a bottom card here. Yeah, somebody's pulling strings is really what I'm getting. A situation is balancing out, and I'm noticing this is face down. Which is making me feel like when you get involved with this, I don't see you liking it, because you got the 5 of Cups. And especially if you're coming at this reading where you can look back, and you can look back at a situation like, I didn't like it when it happened. I didn't think it was a good thing when it happened, but now that I see it in retrospect, it actually set me up to be where I want to be. Because I'm getting, like, a situation was balancing, like the balance is face down. You got miracle going on here, but the 5 of Cups telling me you don't really like it when it happened. It didn't feel like a miracle to you. I feel like to you it felt like the wheel was going against you or turning against you, and you didn't like it. And I'm getting here, this is face down, but this is from the bottom of the deck also, which is making me feel like everything's built on this. Somebody's pulling strings behind the curtain or behind the scenes or whatever. Somebody's orchestrating this in a certain way. And for a lot of you, I feel like it may be a work situation where you're not seeing somebody else has something in mind. Somebody else is pulling it together the way they want it to go. And they kind of set you up in a good way. It just didn't look like it at first. Somebody set things up for things to go your way. It just literally didn't see it. You just didn't see it at first. And after a while, after some time passed, literally you got the Queen of Swords, or Queen of Wands, excuse me. You took action. And whatever wasn't going the way you wanted it to, you decided to either move on from it or you changed the situation to your liking. For a lot of you, again, this is a work situation, and I feel like somebody kind of they were trying to push you out. It was just behind the scenes. They were trying to push you out, and you didn't like what happened, and you decided to leave on your own, for some of you. And at the time, you didn't like it. You were very upset. That's why you left. But it put you in a better place in life, is what I'm getting. I guess you got to kind of take it with a grain of salt. It is a general read. So in this situation, you didn't like it, but it moved you into a better place. Okay, so you moved on from something. I'm getting that a lot. You moved on from something. You weren't happy about moving on from it, but I do feel like it moved you into a better position. You felt forced out is what I'm getting with the release. Like it literally released it from you. You didn't really feel like it was on your terms, but I do feel like it was a good thing. It's kind of like more opportunities came, more opportunities were here. You seemed taken care of. Like you were able to find something else. For those of you, this was a job thing. I do feel like you might have gone into the next situation feeling like I just got to take what I can get because I need to pay my bills. But it's going to be one of those things where you're like, I just need something, I'll go here. And it literally gives you more opportunities that you did not know were there. Yeah, no, you had to move on. The Death card, the Two of Swords, and the Six of Swords. I'm getting the Two of Swords in your situation with the Death card. It really feels to me like you felt like you had no choice. Like it really wasn't, like you felt like you had no choice. You had to do this, you had to move on. Like things fell apart. For some of you, maybe a job ended, not to your, I don't know. I feel a lot of you have a job connection, but there's definitely other ways this could work. I'm just not picking up on it right now, just to be fair. So you know your situation, if this is hitting or not. You just felt like this. There was just like you were forced forward, even for the people, like you were afraid that they were going to fire you, or you thought, well, it's going to get worse, or I'm going to lose money here, so I might as well go somewhere else anyway. Anyway, you're like, I need to move on. I need to find something else. I don't have a choice. I can remember a situation where I'm like, you know what? There's certain people I can't stand anymore, and I'm not going to get in trouble for like telling somebody something in a harsh way that's going to get me in trouble anyway. I'm going to leave. The Six of Swords, you're moving on from these troubled waters. You literally felt like you had to. To you, there was no choice. To you, this had to happen. They put you in a corner. You had to do it. Whoever was trying to pull the strings here, this face-down person, there's nothing they could do to stop you. That was another reason I felt like the energy feels like you had no choice. You had to go, because, like, I'm not going to play this game. Even though you didn't know who this was and they were setting you up for something better, in their opinion, I've seen people play these games before. There's nothing that can stop you. They couldn't stop you. You had to release it. You couldn't do it anymore. You were finished. They may not have wanted that outcome, and I'm getting for a lot of them, they really didn't want that outcome. Like, you left the situation. To you, it was over. It had to end. I'm getting spiritually, yes, it was supposed to end. It was a good thing for it to end. It was time to move you into a better position in life. But this doesn't seem like this was the motivation for whoever did whatever. They didn't want you to move on. It's like they didn't really think that would happen, or they knew there was a chance of it, but they were banking that you wouldn't, and you moved on. You were like, gotta go. But there's nothing they could do about it. The Hanged Man in the environment is telling me there's nothing they could do about it. After the fact, it seems like they might have tried to stop you, may have tried to make it difficult for you. I just literally feel like they couldn't stop you. They set this up. They played games, and they played it poorly because you walked away. And, like, again, I'm getting it spiritually, like, yeah, that's good. We wanted you out of that. We kind of set this up so that when this person played this game, you would be fed right up with it and you would walk away. That was the whole point, to get you out of this situation. Do you have good cards at the end here? You are definitely going into a better situation. But I also feel like the situation, it's kind of like going from, it's kind of like if you were an outdoor person and you had an outdoor job, or you did a lot of work outside and you liked being outside. Now you have to work inside, and there's different rules. It's almost like maybe in the last job you could come and go as you wanted to, as long as the work got done by the end of the day. It's all cool. This new job is kind of like, nope, we start at 8, you have to be here at 8. We leave at 5, you're not allowed to leave until that clock hits flat 5, unless you want problems. You'll have problems otherwise. And we expect this amount done every day. We expect this done at this time, this done at this. It seems like it's more regimented. I'm getting that with these two cards. The Bittersweet and the Hierophant, I'm feeling like there's a lot of rules in this new situation that are different. There's a lot of differences from the last situation. I'm getting, especially with the Hierophant, there's a lot of rules. And it's kind of like, there's a lot of things that are better, but this feeling of restriction is not your idea of a good time. It's very restricted. It doesn't really allow for spontaneity. That's really kind of like, you don't like that. You're not allowed to set up your day the way you want to do it. Certain things have to be done at certain times, and people are expecting things at this time. You're expected to be at this spot at this time. It feels very, very regimented to me. The Bittersweet is telling me there's a lot of things that are better, and it's better for you. The situation overall is better, but these restrictions could be aggravating. You are happier with the Nine of Cups, because this is on your side. You are definitely happier. And you, like, it's interesting, because I feel like the work, whatever, for those of you this is work, you like it better. Whatever you're doing, you do like that better. But the rules are, like, you're not really understanding why they're so stringent. But it's also at the same time, you got this face down, which I feel like what they're saying is this card is not being allowed in its confusion. And I almost feel like you're also seeing that, kind of like it's so regimented and seems so strict that there is no confusion, because everything is so neat and orderly. It's almost like, you're like, this is almost a little creepy. It's so neat and orderly. It's like, okay, like, I guess we have to schedule everything. Okay. Um, but it's so orderly that this doesn't pop in. There is no confusion. That's why it's like there's no wondering what's going on. There's no game playing because everything happens the same way for everybody. Like everybody has the same expectations. Everything's right out there in the front. You know what's going on. It's very weird to me. To me, I feel like it's one of those things where you're looking at it like I understand that this makes a lot of things like it keeps out a lot of the tomfoolery. So there's not a lot of that going on. But at the other time, it gets kind of boring, and you're just kind of like, kind of also takes the fun out of it. It's kind of like 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. I'm not sure, like at least it's not like people aren't really having the ability to backstab each other. It's just like it's there's going to be some of it here and there. I understand that, but for the most part, that's been squelched a lot. I think that's it. All right, so I don't know. I feel like this is a better situation. I guess that's it. That's it. It just kind of like it was like that's it. We're done. All right. So there you go. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4 astral@gmail.com. Thank you.